Oh, just a random boxing, Mark. Just typical Monday night. Anything exciting up with you today? I got 6 more books on the press. Pressing all these books for the auction on Thursday. I thought that might be nice since most of them are older books anyways. Well, if it wasn't busy, it wouldn't be called work, right? So do the kids only eat grass too, or do they get to eat real food? Hey, Steve. Well, good. I'm glad they get to eat something good. All right. Well, I don't know how many people are going to show up. Not going to wait around too long. Just get this done and over with so people can get back to something more important. I've got 3 mail calls that have been sitting here for a while. Oh. And I'm going to use a different knife on each one because America, that's why. So this is an eBay purchase. To go in with my art collection. Let's see here. If I take a few more runs at this, I might figure out the best way to situate everything. This is an animation cell. And it's a, if you don't know, a reproduction of, which I need to go pull out, I guess. The reproduction of Raven the Bold. Number 72. Southern Comic Geek in the house. So far, all I've opened is the animation cell. Again, which is a reproduction of Brave and the Bold 72. Oh, no, that's definitely Barry. It's Barry and Hal. To you know, they're close personal friends. I can't remember this guy's name right now, but this guy's been selling these animation cells for at least 20 years. And the story is they come from Universal, Disney, some failed venture that they went on, and they had hundreds or thousands of these animation cells ready to go and didn't use them. So this guy's been pawning them off one at a time or a half a dozen at a time for the last 20 years. So I bought a Spectre from him, like say 20 years ago, that was a reproduction of More Fun number 59, I think. One where Spectre's jumping out of a safe to foil the bank robbers. All right, so next package. This is from, that's Original Art purchase. Next knife. Custom Dan Coppins. Again, because America. Now, if I cut myself, you guys call 911 for me. Now, I can thank or blame Comic Man Andy for this one. So I watched him open up his Canto artwork the other day. And it was art by Drew Zucker. And I just couldn't say no. Although not being a Canto fan, I wasn't going to pay Canto prices for artwork. But he did have some other nice pieces in. Better get the knife again. He did have other nice pieces. In his store. And all of these pieces are from Don't worry, Steve, I'll have this worked out by Thursday. All these pieces are from this novel, which I'd never heard of until I looked at his site. Apparently it's released digital format only because they couldn't find anybody to publish. And then they did the graphic novel, which obviously is in hard copy. So he was super nice about it. He told me they'd be delayed a little bit because of him not having any top loaders for it. And I said, dude, just roll them up and ship them. I'll throw them in the press when they get here. But he waited until he got his top loader. Oh, he did do a front and back on one of them, though. But it's weird. And sent an extra piece of All right, issue 1, page number 6. Issue says 7, page 16. Not exactly sure what's going on here. I haven't read it, but this is the piece that caught my eye and made me order the rest of them. These were the last 3 inked pieces from the store from this novel. So I bought all 3 inks he had left. And I guess the premise of the story is something about after World War II, people stranded in Germany, maybe, going to an abandoned house. And pandemonium ensues. And the prices on these were more than reasonable, especially compared to what he's getting out of those Canto pieces. But 3 more for the binder. Oh. And finally, I'm going to have to get a real knife out for this one. And why? That's right, America. This knife is called a lumberjack's toothpick, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right, this is a slab from CGC. I've had it sitting here for over a week. Nice. Aha. And we have a, oh, there we go. Hopalong Cassidy, number 72. Put that away before I cut myself. And it's brown label from the Edgar Church Mile High Pedigree, a whopping 5.5. So and again, I forgot to press. I didn't forget to press this. I didn't send it in for pressing, and I hadn't gotten my press yet. So I'm sure I could press it up at least a half a point, if not maybe a whole point, but I don't know that it's worth it. It's worth more just to say pedigree than I think it is, unless it's going to go up to a 9 or higher. So the funny part about this book is I bought a lot in a Heritage auction about 18 years ago. I bought four of these Mile High books, and the other three were already slabbed, and for some reason they sent me that number 72 as a raw book. And then when I saw Mile High had new pedigree labels, I was fortunate that Heritage still has all their records going back to day one. So I was able to print out the auction results with a really good picture of the book. It's from the auction back then. $155.35 for all four books. And it's pretty easy to tell that it's the same book. And I sent the auction information in and a link to the original auction. And they accepted it and gave it a pedigree. So pretty fortunate. $168.60 shipped. November of 2011. Buyer's premium, it was $130. Buyer's premium was $25.35. My bidder number is 1997. I don't know if that's changed or not, but long time ago. Yeah, I agree. It's weird to verify a pedigree. You know, but I guess I had pretty decent provenance to send in with it. So, and again, the dilemma will be, 2011, probably none of these were pressed. So do I crack them all and press and send them back in? And right off the bat, I see things on this that are 100% pressable. No, but again, what's the price difference actually on a pedigree book? If you're talking even up to a 7, is it going to make that enough of a difference to warrant the fee in sending them in? Yeah, they're still, even as pedigree books, not worth that much. So that's it for my unboxings today. It might be it for a little bit. I haven't ordered anything in a while. I think I got a box coming from Comic Tom, but everybody knows what's in those. Unless I happen to hit one of the random mystery things he throws in. All right. Anything else going on tonight I need to go check out? Comic gories. I actually have never seen one. I may catch that. I'm going to stick around until those books are ready to turn off and let simmer, and then probably call it quits for the night. But it's nice being able to put 6 books at a time on the press until I bake something. What do I need to do? I need to figure out how to rotate this view. That's going to be annoying, displaying books in this view. It works as long as all the books are basically the same. If you're not going to be doing a bunch of books that are basically the same number of pages, roughly same thickness, pretty close, and same page makeup, then you're not going to want to do. You don't want to do books of different types. If you try and throw a thick Golden Age book on with a bunch of Bronze Age, then the bronzes really aren't going to get touched. But as far as doing books that are more or less the same book, yeah, I think it's working out pretty well. It's how often are you going to do that, though? For the average person, a single book press is probably enough or more than enough. I mean, once I get through, I'm not going to do all 15,000 books, obviously, but when I get through what I am going to do after that, a single book press would probably be all I would need. I may see if I can sell that to a LCS somewhere after I get the bulk of mine done. All right, quick question. When it comes to the auction Thursday, am I going to be better off showing the books like this or like that so the whole book is visible? Obviously minus the glare. But whole book or almost a whole book. Because if it's not slabbed, it's almost all going to fit on there. But I can almost get it all on there. in a larger view sideways. Yeah, portrait looks more natural. But if I go to that level of zoom on portrait, then obviously the whole book's not going to fit. But getting that much book on screen is good enough, or that size, I should say. I don't want to have to move shit. That's like work. I just want to be like Ron Popeil and set it and forget it. Yeah, I'll probably end up going like this. I mean, maybe I'll be able to get something else in the same screenshot. Did you guys see the Kiss book? So there's old Gino's autograph. And there is actually a comic in the middle of this book. Kiss, a graphic history. I don't know any of those people, but Spike Steffenhagen and Scott Pencer. So I have no idea what the comic actually is. I haven't read it. Decent length, though. Found it in the attic of a rental property I bought. So hopefully somebody wants to buy it on Thursday. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and log off. Nothing else new to show tonight. Hopefully, well, I know by Thursday, anyways, I'm going to have a permanent setup over in the corner that's a little more presentable and easier to use. Yeah, hopefully see you around later somewhere else. Take her easy.